Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly oracle card reading. And whoops, one just totally flipped out there. Put it right here. And today I'm using Wisdom of the Fairy Realm by Cavendish. And before I get into the reading, I just want to let you know that I've just released my new e-course, which is called The Art of Tarot: How to Read a Negative Card in a Positive Light. And it focuses on showing you different ways to explore the sort of quote-unquote scary tarot cards and different ways to interpret them in a really empowering way. So if you're interested, you can just click on the link in the top corner, or I'm going to put the link in the About section of this video so you can check it out after the reading if you're interested. Okay, so let's get into the cards. So the first card, which is the one that totally leaped out, this card represents Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week and the energies that we have to look forward to. And this is the Midnight Prince, and the message on the card says, ask for what you want, be honest. So this is interesting. So we're starting off the week, and the challenge is going to be really honest with ourselves about what our true desires really are and what we really want. And this is especially true for those of you who have been trying for a really long time to manifest particular things that aren't manifesting, that you're doing your affirmations, you're doing your visualization, all that stuff, and it's not doing anything. This card is, I feel, sort of inviting you to really take a close look at the things that you're trying to manifest and be honest if it's what you really want. Because sometimes we get pulled into the trap of thinking that we want certain things because those are the things that everyone wants, when in fact we want something very different and we're just not being totally honest with ourselves. So that's what I get from this card. I'm just going to tune in a little bit more to it because I think there's another message for us. And I feel like the other message is that we need to, as the card says, ask for what you want, be honest. This is all about stating, once you know what you want, it's important to be clear when you are using affirmations or when you're visualizing. And, don't just sort of sit around hoping that things will change and that things are going to turn out the way that you want them to. You actually have to take action on what it is that you want. And then moving into the middle of the week, so Wednesday, Thursday, this card says, catch me. Trust, surrender, leap of faith into the unknown. This card actually reminds me of the Fool in a tarot deck. So it's about trust, surrender, and leap of faith into the unknown. And I feel like this really does embody that Fool-like energy. So as you move into the week and as you begin to get clear on what it is that you want, and as you begin to be really honest with yourself about what you want, the next logical step is to take a risk of some sort. So it's important when you do take a risk that you have a sense of trust, and that doesn't mean trust that everything is going to work out exactly as you want it to, because obviously none of us are totally naive. We all know that just because we want something doesn't mean that we're going to get it or that it's going to work out in our favor. But having trust that everything that happens is meant to happen. And even if it doesn't pan out exactly as you plan, having trust that however it does pan out is the right way for things to unfold. So having that faith and that trust in how things unfold. And of course this requires letting go of control. So it's interesting, we have kind of these two cards have slightly different messages. And the first card's about, I feel like this is saying, you know, you do have so much power in your life. This is about getting clear on your desires and saying what you want. But at the same time, it's not like you can just command, you know, how your life is going to be and it's going to be exactly like that. There's also that element of surrender and letting go and being okay with the fact that not everything is going to unfold exactly as you expect it to. Sometimes there's surprises, and sometimes those surprises are really, really good. And I feel like that's what the message is with this card. So this is about taking risks. So once you're clear on what you really want, take a risk. See if you can step outside your comfort zone and do something kind of out of the ordinary that might feel a little bit scary to you. Not something dangerous, but you know what I mean, like something that's sort of outside of your comfort zone. So then as we move further into the week, we have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday represented by Little Boy Blue. And the message on this card says, dreams come true, return of the soul. Wow, I love this because if you notice, the first two cards are actually kind of gloomy in their coloring. You know, there's a lot of clouds and they're sort of dark and almost kind of foreboding. And I feel like that really represents our need to go deep within the self and almost kind of explore our shadow self, because I think that's required in order to really understand yourself and know what you really want and why you're here and what your whole purpose is. You do have to journey to kind of the darker places in yourself and in life. And once you do that, once you get clear on all that, and once you start taking action and taking some risks, then we get to the last card, which is very bright and almost, well, it's childlike. It's very innocent, which kind of goes counter to what you would think. You would think if you explore the darker side of yourself, you lose innocence, but in fact you don't. You actually regain it. And it's really only through sort of accepting and embracing the parts of yourself that are not so innocent that you're able to really discover this sort of innocent, childlike part of yourself, which is represented by this card. So this card says dreams come true and return of the soul. And this is an interesting progression. And again, I feel like, you know, when you do the work to get clear on your desires and you take the risks, then the reward is that dreams do come true. And the wording, the return of the soul, I feel like this is a real message to many of us who maybe have felt a little bit out of touch with our soul, or like we're missing something in our life, like there's this certain spark that just isn't there, and we want that so badly, and yet we feel this sense of like numbness. No matter what you do, you feel a certain kind of level emotion. And I know I've been feeling like this for quite some time, and I have a sense that there's probably many other people who feel like that as well. You almost feel kind of semi-tranquilized, and I feel like the end of this week we're going to feel that lifting. We're going to start to feel this sort of new kind of zest for life. It's that feeling you get when you discover something new and you're exploring it, and through interacting with that new thing, whether it's like a new hobby or something you're learning or a new person, you sort of experience that part of yourself that's like a little child who's, you know, learning something for the first time. So I feel like that can be a real theme this weekend. And again, like it says, the return of the soul, I feel like many of us are going to be getting back in touch with that spark, that soul, you know, that spirit spark within us that has so much energy and so much potential and joy and beauty. Which is really exciting. I'm I'm totally looking forward to that. But of course, it all hinges on the work that we do in the beginning of the week, which isn't, I don't want to say it's like hard work. It's not hard work. It's just deep work. It's really rich work that we're going to be doing at the beginning and the middle of the week. So that has been your weekly oracle card reading. And my name is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful week.